Welcome to your Research Business Daily Report for June the 12th, 2012. Research news that you just won't find anywhere else, as reported by RBDR, is sponsored this week by Socratic Technologies. Today, we proudly present part 2 of our exclusive interview with Coca-Cola VP of Marketing Strategy and Insights, Sthanunathan. You know, obviously, Coke is among the first organizations to know about every new potential research capability. But one in particular has Stan not only pleased, but anxious for more. Stan, thanks for agreeing to come back, because there is another issue I wanted to talk with you about, and that is neuroscience. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
Why?
I think the whole space of biometrics is going to become mainstream in the next 3 to 5 years.
And why do you think that?
It helps us to understand the unarticulated thoughts and feelings of people, which traditional research has struggled for a very, very long time. And is that perfect science today? No. Is it getting better? Most certainly. And I recall, in one of your videos, you talked about neuroscience and, how it can actually unearth words that people have in their mind to the extent of 60 to 80% correctness levels. Think about that. Right now, maybe it is not used for market research. It might not be used in the near term, because it is still in the realm of medical research. But if that becomes mainstream, imagine the kind of insights that you can get. And technology is rapidly evolving. And I was talking to a really very well-renowned neuroscientist some time back. And what he told me was that in the last 3 to 5 years, whatever they have learned about how human brain functions is multiple times more than what they've been able to learn in the centuries preceding that 3 to 5 year time frame. So obviously there is a massive acceleration of understanding of human brain that is going on. And we know that brain drives a fair amount of our thoughts and actions. So if you can tap it at the source, what better insights can you get? To me, it is analogous to getting scanner data versus asking people what did they buy in a survey. The scanner data tells you 100% truth.
And you and I are old enough to remember when they were doing warehouse withdrawal information versus scanner data.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's the kind of that's the best analogy I can think of.
What could neuroscience replace from the traditional research tools that you currently have?
I think neuroscience is going to play 2 roles. One is give us insights which we have not been able to get from our current arsenal of tools. Yeah. The second one is, probably complement, and in some cases might even border on replacing some of the current tools. But they have to evolve before they earn the right to replace. And I don't think they are nearly there. So in the first bucket of really getting understanding of consumers like never before, there is a lot of areas where neuroscience is playing. If you really want to understand deep emotions, deep connections, deep thoughts and feelings, this can do a much better job than a lot of other research techniques like focus groups or any of those things can do. So that's one area where this can play a very major role. I don't see it replacing focus group, but I think when they complement focus groups, it can really bring stuff in a really powerful way. That's number one. Number two is in the area of concept development, communication development, neuroscience can play a fairly big role in terms of how people process stimulus. Very different from the way we are currently doing, through structured questionnaires or through focus groups. So that's another area where neuroscience could probably play an increasing role going forward. The third area where I believe neuroscience could play a fairly significant role is in understanding shopper behavior. I think shopper behavior is something that people find it quite difficult to articulate as to why they did what they did, and very often you end up getting fairly rationalized set of responses.
Would you have to do that in the store, Stan?
Not necessarily, not necessarily. And I see this, getting into a virtual reality environment, which can be quite immersive and quite real-like. And if that happens, then you don't need to do it in a real store, and you might get it 80-90% right, but that's good enough, I would say. But understanding shopper behavior is going to become an area of focus in that whole neurospace, as I see going forward.
Okay, Stan, thank you again for your time. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, Bob.
That's today's Research Business Daily Report, sponsored by Socratic Technologies. We'll be back tomorrow with news and research insights you just won't find anywhere else. Until then, have a great research day.